Today I'm so excited because I'm going to share with you part 1 of my Purim prep routine as a full-time working Orthodox Jewish mom with small kiddos. I'll share with you our easy and delicious Hamentaschen recipe, our best tips and tricks to make stunning yet affordable Mishloach Manot, our favorite challah for Purim, and in part 2 of my Purim preparation next week will be all about what we eat on Purim, how we celebrate it, and much, much more. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for you not to miss any of our fabulous content for Purim, Passover, Shabbat, and beyond. So let me put on a pretty tichel and let's jump into it. Our first step before we go shopping will be for our girls to do their favorite super easy and delicious Hamentaschen recipe. In a bowl, they will put some oil, and then they will prepare and verify 3 eggs, making sure each one does not have any blood spot, which would render the egg non-kosher. Can you guess who was the oldest and who was our baby in the way they broke the eggs? Let me know in the comments below. Then after verifying the 3 eggs, they will add some vanilla extract, some icy water, some sugar, some baking powder, and they will use a mixer to mix everything until fully combined. And then they will add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Then they mix everything until fully combined. Leah is doing such a good job by taking care to remove all the flour from the side of the bowl. Then it's Naomi's turn. She will add as well 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And Leah will mix everything again. They continue mixing until the dough reaches this very granular consistency and the mixer cannot help anymore. They remove the dough from the whisk, and then finally it is their favorite part, which is to dig in and knead the dough with their hands. Do you or your children do that? Love playing with the dough? Let me know in the comments below. Finally, Leah was able to finish kneading the dough with a bit of help from Mommy. I helped Leah take out 2 pieces of cling wrap, and then she puts her dough on it. She rolls the dough into the cling wrap, then takes her dough and puts it in the fridge, which will make the dough easier to roll out later. Now that the girls' Hamentaschen dough is made, let's have fun and let's go shopping for what we need to make our Mishloach Manot. Our first stop will be Dollar Tree. Everything in the store is $1.25, which is a terrific bargain. I'm curious to know, do you shop in dollar stores? Let me know in the comments below. We go directly to the birthday section as we get great inspiration in that section. Our first find are these amazing masks that come in different colors. I will take a few for decoration for a Purim table and also for our Mishloach Manot. Naomi finds these birthday hats. She loved them so much and she wants them for her Mishloach Manot, so I will have to create something with that as a base. The girls find these noisemakers, which are going to be perfect when we hear Haman in the Megillat Esther. Leah finds these beautiful boxes as well, which are going to be a great base for her Mishloach Manot, and we're going to use these crowns as well. These containers are so versatile, so I always take a few when I go to the dollar store. I love these shredded paper. They are beautiful fillers and a must-have for any Mishloach Manot. The plates as well. Then of course, tissue paper or silk paper. Our son Michael asked for these bags specifically to make his Mishloach Manot. And then finally, I find these containers, which are always a must-have in Mishloach Manot, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to use them a bit later on. Finally, we arrive in the candy section. We have such a good time. Look at this star case. So many items that are kosher. Then Leah will take some Jelly Belly, which is a bus. And my daughter Naomi wanted the sour Mike and Ike. They are certified as well, OU kosher. My son wanted some potatoes in his Mishloach Manot, and I'm going to take these apple chips, which are absolutely delicious and a beautiful addition in any Mishloach Manot for somebody who's more careful with what they're eating. Then finally, we find some double bubble, also certified OU. Often at the dollar store, it's really a hit or miss, and today was a lot of hits, including the sour punch. And as a little secret, going to the bakery section of the dollar store, and they have these amazing sprinkles. They are like little candies, and the packaging is so adorable. So we're gonna put that in the Mishloach Manot of the girls. Mikael wanted a soda as well for his Mishloach Manot. In the container section, I did find at least one container, this amazing transparent multi-place container. So I'm gonna take a few. I took a few hand creams because I wash my hands so often, and also a sheet mask. As you know, it's my treat for my after Thursday Shabbat prep. We go quickly to the other dollar store that is just nearby, and I am going to take a few cutting boards, a few bamboo boxes, a few knickknacks to make the Mishloach Manot interesting. These ice cube trays are a steal, and I will buy them today and show you what I will do with them for Passover. It is a great hack. I take more small containers and as well as some large containers, including these galvanized buckets. I will take, of course, rolls and rolls of cellophane paper to make everything pretty. Within 15 minutes, we are in and out of the store, but before going home, we need one last stop. Because we bought some metal, glass, and porcelain items, we have to make a stop at the mikveh before we can do our Mishloach Manot to make these utensils usable. Before doing any commandments, it is good to offer tzedakah. They suggest $10 because it's very costly to maintain the mikveh to be kosher. I take off all the labels and ribbons for the water to touch every surface of the item, and then I will recite the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al tevilat kelim.
I dip the items 3 times, making sure I release the object from my hand so the water of the mikveh is fully in contact with the object. I repeat this dipping for every single object. We bring to the mikveh metal utensil, porcelain, and glassware, but usually we do not dip objects like made of wood or plastic in the mikveh. Some will do, but will not do a blessing or bracha before doing it. Once that everything is dipped, I'm going to put back everything in the bag, and we're going to finally be able to go home and continue our Purim prep. They roll out the dough to about 1/8 of an inch of thickness on a parchment paper, and one at a time they dip their glass in flour to cut out circles. They wait their turn anxiously. They count the amount of circle each one made so they are sure they have the same number of circles cut. Are your children like that too? Everything has to be fair and square even when baking? Let me know in the comments below. Once the circles are cut out, they will add a teaspoon of special oven-proof filling. Today, they will use strawberries, poppy, and prune filling. Leah will fold the Hamentaschen as Naomi prefers to observe for that part. While Leah is shaping all the Hamentaschen, Naomi wants to show you how she makes her Mishloach Manot. Her first step is to secure the tabs inside the hat. Then, to add a bit of pretty to the hat, she puts a silver silk paper that matches the outside of the hat. That is also a super tip. If you make your Mishloach Manot with a certain color theme, it will look much better to put that color again and again. Then she adds the biggest item of her Mishloach Manot, the Mike and Ike's. She adds some adorable chocolate-covered fish that we found at our local grocery, and of course a ring pop because all girls are princesses. The fluffy unicorn candies as well, some double bubble, a colorful squacker her friends will use while reading the book of Esther to drown out the name of Haman. Finally, to close it, I wanted to use the silver plate with the silver outside, but it just didn't work. So we reverted to plan B with putting the white side out and glue gun it to the side. It secured everything in place and Naomi was thrilled. Mikael wanted also to show his Mishloach Manot, so he used a blue bag and lined it with gold silk paper. He added the candy, the chips, the soda, the chocolate bar, and he added another tissue paper on top. He added a card, and voila, no fuss but beautiful Mishloach Manot designed by our son Mikael. It's beautiful, don't you think? Leah finished shaping the Hamentaschen, and she will bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden. While they are baking, Leah really wanted to share with you what she has designed for her Mishloach Manot this year. She will put some filler in her box, and then she will add her sour punch, and she will fold it to fit the box so it closes properly. She will add some Jelly Belly, a ring pop, the candy unicorns, and just as a little FYI, the nickname of our baby is Fluffy Unicorn. She will add a few double bubble and a whistle. She will close her box and add the crown. She makes it hold by scotching it to the inside of the box, and she came up with this solution alone. I'm so proud of her. And voila, she has her perfect, cute and adorable Mishloach Manot. For my Mishloach Manot, the first one will be using the cutting board. I will use some dips that I made, some harissa, pesto, and amba. And if you want for me to show you how I made them, please let me know. I will glue everything to the cutting board with museum putty so nothing moves on the cutting board. I use a very small amount underneath every single items of the board, and they are going nowhere. And then I add my beautiful and specially decorated for Purim Challah. I added za'atar, sumac, sesame seeds, and please let me know if you would like for me to do a full video on how to decorate your challah. I wrap the challah and glue it to the board with putty. I add a little knick-knack to add dimension and texture to the Mishloach Manot. I add a napkin, some knife, fork. I wrap everything in cellophane paper. I add one of our Hamentaschen and a Purim mask, and here is the final result. Let me know in the comments below. Would you like to receive this Mishloach Manot? The next one is so fun. I am going to use the divided container. I add the filling, and then I add a jar of parfait chocolate spread and a jar of homemade jam. I add a bottle of milk and a bottle of iced coffee. And to make these amazing labels without any special equipment, here is a fantastic hack. Using a laser printer, I print my label, and I apply packing tape on it, making sure it is covering all the letters and design of my label. I press down on it a few times to make sure the ink is well transferred to the tape. Then I place everything in warm water for exactly 1 minute and 45 seconds. After that time, I peel off the paper completely, and it is ready to be applied on the container. And of course, to make sure the label is nice and straight, I follow the line of the liquid inside. I fill everything completely, and then I repeat the same thing with the coffee. I add a challah roll in the center to have a beautiful French toast challah kit as a Mishloach Manot. The next one will be a theme basket. I call it Fiesta Night. I add some cool guacamole tortilla chips and some tostadas. I add some lime drink as well, some finely chopped tomatoes and chili sauce. I add lemon and avocado to make perhaps some guac. I add a little cactus for decoration. I wrap everything in cellophane paper. I add a bow, of course, and what do you think? Would it be a yay or a nay? For the next two, I will be using bamboo boxes, but any sturdy box would do. I add some decorative threads, a mini grape juice, a small challah roll, some dip, a little plant, and I wrap it. And this is the fastest and cutest little Mishloach Manot. For the last Mishloach Manot, I will use the divided bamboo box. I will add a yuzu bottle, the cracker, some Hamantaschen, popcorn, and here you have another easy and affordable Mishloach Manot. Thank you for being here. It means the world to me. Know that in my book you are so precious and unique. And because you are here until the end, write in the comment, I love Purim prep, so I know I was not alone. And if nobody told you today, know that you are loved and you are enough just the way you are. I cannot wait to see you in the next video on Purim with our special menu, tablescape, and so much more. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and don't forget to frum it up.